This is the one exercise that almost every patient who walks in the door gets, especially if they have low back pain, hip pain, knee pain, recovering from any surgery in any of those areas. And it's called the bridge. Very simple. You lay on your back, your feet flat, your knees bent, hands either at your sides or across your chest, and you lift your butt up. And the reason, we'll keep this one short today, the reason everybody just about gets the bridge is because when I was doing my hospital rotation out in Arizona, I was on the neurological floor and we saw folks who had had strokes, who had had traumatic brain injuries, who had had spinal surgeries. And it was our jobs as the physical therapists to help these people start walking again after these events. And if you've ever been in the hospital and you've ever had to walk around, you've been in one of those gowns and they're open in the back. And if you don't put pants on, your whole rear end is exposed. So the first step in helping these people walk around the hospital was getting a pair of hospital pants on them, or if they brought their own pair of sweatpants, whatever. And it's someone who is bedridden or has been in a bed for a day. You can imagine how we would do that. We would slide the pants up to just about their butt, right? You can slide a pair of pants up to somebody's butt, and then eventually they got to lift their butt and you got to get it over their butt and over their front. And the number of people who could not lift their hips was astounding to me. I was a 20-something PT student and I was shocked and like a little nauseated that I would say 75% of the people we saw could not lift their hips. And I had come from outpatient orthopedic settings where people had walked into the door. So if somebody can walk in the door, they can lift their pants up and do a bridge. These folks in the hospital, again, stroke, TBI, post-surgery, had reasons that they couldn't lift their hips up. Sometimes that reason was they'd never done it before. Sometimes that reason was they were so out of shape that they couldn't have done it probably before their surgery or before the event. So we had to teach them to lift their hips up, slide their pants over them, and then try to get them to walk, which was an ordeal in and of itself. And I kind of decided after the fourth or fifth person I had seen struggle to do this, like every patient I get is going to learn this motion, because heaven forbid they end up in a hospital for some reason. I want one less barrier to them being able to get their hips up. If they can't get their hips up, I want it to be because they're physically not strong enough to lift their hips, not because they have to learn the process and then be able to do it. So everybody gets a bridge because, yeah, it's a really helpful exercise and helps to start recruit some glutes and get people feeling better. But also, if we've learned something before, it's like a needle sliding into a groove, right? Like your brain and your muscles pick up on that. And they're like, oh yeah, we've done this before. We can do it again. And they usually do it. But if it has to learn it separate from the actual doing, it just takes a lot longer. It seems like such a simple thing. But that's why everybody who walks into this clinic door just about gets a bridge exercise. I appreciate you. Thank you for spending some time with me today. Keep getting better every day.